We have whenever whenever we do electrolysis, we are basically doing electrolysis here. Whenever we're doing electrolysis, we have to think of three things. One, the electrolytes ions, then the solution ions like water ions if there's a solution, and the third is the electrodes, whether they are inert or they are, that means are they participating or are they inert. So there are three things we have to consider: the electrolyte ions, the solution ions, and the. So if you see here, we have got a copper sulfate solution. That means we have got copper plus, we have got SO4 minus, we have got H plus and OH minus. But here we have got the inert, carbon is inert, it doesn't participate, at least with these two. It will participate with some, but not here. So why it won't participate is that uh, uh, if here in this case is copper is present, so copper will start participating. Why? Because as the copper is getting discharged, here also copper is getting discharged, here also copper is getting discharged. But what happens is here there is a way in which copper can come into the solution through the copper anode, through the electrode. So the electrode is started participating because it finds that copper ions are missing. So say copper from the anode then enters the solution. Here the copper, there is no copper. So it gradually becomes, it fades, and the OH minus, you see the difference at the anode. Here what will happen? The OH minus will go there. Here what is happening? OH is not going there. Copper is coming. So there are two ways for there is, the anode requires electrons. So it requires electrons. So where does it get electron? It gets electron either by copper leaving and entering as copper sulfate, or OH minus coming and giving it electrons. So in this case, OH minus comes and gives it electrons. Here, copper gives it electrons and goes into as copper sulfate. So the electrode is participating here. In here, there was no, the carbon was not participating. So it doesn't, it's not. But here, carbon is participating. And if the electrode is participating, it will get thinner. And here, oxygen is being produced. So the difference. And blue color doesn't fade because copper ions, though copper ions are going from here to here. Here also copper ions were going. But here copper ions are coming also, are being generated. Here copper ions are not coming. So it gradually fades. And here you are left with, this goes away, this goes away. These two are left. So you are basically left with a solution acidic H2SO4. Here what happens? You have got Cu plus, you have got SO4 minus, you have got H plus, you have got OH minus. So this goes away, but this is also coming. So nothing happens to these. So there's a difference in how you have to think of three things: the electrolyte, the water molecules, ions, and the electrode, always in electrolysis.